stories, everybody, we gotta talk about. So now it's time to get into it. All right, everybody, I want to jump in. The first thing I want to talk about is Snoop Dogg stopping smoking weed. So this is a real thing. Snoop Dogg came forward and said he's going to stop smoking weed. He said between him and his family, they had this conversation, and he said, okay, I'm going to stop smoking weed. He's moving forward, 52-year-old. He said he's been smoking for a long time. People say maybe it's because of his lungs, that he's worried about maybe his lungs. And there's rumors online like, well, is he going to start just doing edibles then? Is that his thing? Is Snoop Dogg going to stick with the cannabis? Because it's been a big thing for him his whole career. I mean, he, from like even like rapping on the Chronic to like how many memes do you have of Snoop Dogg and weed? It's like one of his biggest things, and cannabis lines he has. I mean, it's kind of surprising to hear this, but maybe he's going to move on from this and try, I guess, get into the edibles and try to change his life a little bit that way. Who knows? But yeah, it's just one of those funny stories I saw today. I'm like, we just got to talk about for a second. But Sabrina, what do you think? Do you think that Snoop Dogg's seriously going to be done smoking weed? Because you've worked with him before, and you know how much he likes smoking weed. Can he actually stop, or do you think he's just going to be? It's like a PR thing. It's kind of maybe maybe something inside, something's going to change.
I don't really think that Snoop Dogg needs a PR move, honestly. Just me personally. I think he's just fine. His last, he's like friends with Martha Stewart, for fuck's sake. Like, I don't think he needs anybody's like anything. I also think it's like kind of weird that you're like, I sat down with my family and we all decided I'm going to stop smoking weed. That's kind of interesting to me, especially for Snoop Dogg. But there has to be an underlying reason behind it. And there was something that I read that said that he was going to like maybe switch to edibles so that it's easier on the lungs. That's why I think people are making the medical thing. But you know what? I support him and whatever it's your body, your choice, sir. I wish they would feel about women that same way, but your body, your choice. If you don't want to smoke weed anymore, don't smoke weed anymore. Eat the weed, do whatever you want to do, drink the gin and juice. I don't care. Just do you. I support you. Great music, great person, very funny. I appreciate you. Do you?
I think he said that keep this, he doesn't want to talk about it too much. He kind of said like,
leave
my
privacy.
Leave my privacy.
Oh, that's kind of weird though, isn't it?
Privacy in this time.
Yeah.
But it's like you're literally announcing that you're not smoking weed. Then he's like, "Don't ask any questions. I just want to let you know." Like that's
like why say anything?
Question.
Yeah, why even put it out there, right, Rachel?
It's like I'm retiring. Like what? Shut up.
Rachel, is there a point for even saying this, or do you think it's just kind of something that? It seems like there's got to be something else coming out. Like maybe there's another announcement being like Snoop Dogg releasing his edible line. You know what I mean, or something like that.
Right. Him and Martha are co-working on an edible line.
I will very lightly say, not lightly, very seriously, that I smoked weed with Snoop Dogg. Like when I first moved to California, I happened to be standing in on a movie that he was on, and I smoked weed with him and Method Man, and it might be the greatest memory that I've ever had in my entire life. So I'm glad that I got you before you quit, homie. Glad that I got you before you quit.
I will never be as cool as Sabrina. Now that Snoop has quit smoking, the window for me to be as cool as Sabrina has just closed.
You can still, hey. Come on, Rachel. Come on. But Rachel, do you think this is a ploy, or do you think that maybe Snoop Dogg is seriously done with the ganja? I said it.
It does seem like there's going to be a follow-up of some sort. It's such a silly announcement. And like done in such a serious manner, like the black and white photo with like respect our family's privacy at this time.
Yeah, it just seems so dramatic.
Yeah, so dramatic.
Who cares? Who cares if you're not smoking anymore? Literally nobody.
Well, it's kind of his brand.
Live your life, dude.
Yeah,
it is his brand, but also at the same time, like, would anyone notice if he didn't make an announcement?
No.
Like, is anyone watching him?
Well, I mean, if you ever worked on set with him, you'd notice. Trust me.
Well, that's fair, but like, is he doing anything right now?
There would be
is he
like
on
when
any projects?
No, probably not.
Martha Stewart's lap.
No, we're working on one show where like the whole dressing room was just full of smoke when he was there, just full of smoke. They're trying to get him on set, and he's just like, "Give me a second, I need that."
Good for you guys.
Yeah, good for you guys too. Yeah, I like that.
Oh my God, I love Race Rex. You watch Drunk Friday all the time. You don't even drink. That's the most interesting fact I've learned all day. I love you. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
always stay away from weed and cigarettes, but you want to watch four drunk people talk about entertainment? I love that. That.
And also, before we go on to Spencer,
Racer said he stayed away from cigarettes and alcohol.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anything else?
But you're watching this. I think it's funny. He's always here. You're always here Fridays, Racer X. Like, I just think it's funny that, like, I think
it's awesome.
Yeah, and by funny I mean awesome.
He's
like, oh my God, that's literally the greatest fact that I've learned all day. I always do note what I learn each day. There's always something, and this is it. So thank you. Thank you for giving me my one thing I learned today.
That's great. That's great. But before we move on, though, I want to say too, like, yeah, the whole Shrek thing. People were saying about the voice cast and stuff, but they did make an announcement. It's been a few months since they made this announcement that Michael Myers is coming back, and they're going to bring the whole cast back. They've been trying to negotiate to get everybody figured out, and it was like a soft reboot, but not a reboot because the original voice cast is coming back. And even Eddie Murphy was like, "I love to do a spin-off, another movie. Let's make it happen."
Oh, we'll do a They said they were going to do a donkey
spin-off too.
Yeah, I was going to say that should have been the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and maybe they'll go that route now. Maybe they'll do that, and then they'll dive into
that
the
franchise
movie,
just prints money, so
yeah, making money, and people getting some freaky shit going down at Shrek Fest. That's all I can say. But Spencer, you hear about Snoop Doggy Dogg, stopping the weed smoking. Do you think this is a real thing? I mean, do you think there's anything else behind this, or just maybe something that he thought he wanted to put out there because it's been associated with this brand for so long?
I brought this up at dinner tonight with my family, and everybody had something to say.
Family consultation?
My family, which were four, over 55 adults, right? And they all had something to say about this, which I thought was apparently it is because he is a grandparent. This is what I'm hearing, right? And so he wants to start paying attention more to his health, right? Because he wants to be around longer for his grandkids, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, I have also worked with Snoop Dogg a few times on a couple of music videos, and good God, does he smoke?
But did you smoke it,
I like to smoke weed. I do a pretty decent amount.
But did you do it with Snoop?
We did a couple of music videos, and I have no clue what the name of those music videos were, or I didn't look them up afterward. I was a grip on those. I wasn't an actor or anything. I was lugging around equipment and putting up lights and stuff. But the entire time he was smoking, and he would do this thing. He had a guy who had a small little cedar chest full of blunts, and Snoop would finish. And by finish, he had a quarter of his blunt left, right? And he would pass it off, and I'm done with that one. You know what I mean? And then he would go like this
for a new one.
And the guy would, oh shit! Oh, Snoop. Okay, and he would grab
See, that's who my heart goes out
to. Pull it up
to.
to his hand and just like, thank you.
That's who we need to think about in these trying times. Is Snoop's?
He's going to be out of a job. The blunt whisperer is now unemployed.
Yum yum for the tom tom.
So
it's going to be tough.
I don't know. That's a big adjustment, but I would say like blunts. Tobacco, that's a lot. That's a lot. So, and he's been doing it for
just the leaf, though.
like years. So, good
years.
Blunt roller.
Years.
Okay, decades. Sorry, should I say decades? Yeah, I should have said decades.
I've been in California for 2 decades, and I smoked weed with him when I first moved here. So decades.
It does seem like it's a health thing, though. That's what does seem like. Maybe he's just worried about longevity. Yeah, and he has been power smoking for a long time. So
I quit smoking cigarettes, which sucks awfully, but I'm old and I should probably not smoke anymore. So there it is. Like, it happened.
It's just,
I get it. I'm not 50. I'm not 53 yet, Snoop. So I got a leg up on you 10 years, but whatever.
I totally could have been a professional joint roller. That could have been my calling in life. I'm ridiculously good at it for no reason.
These are blunts. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
I can roll blunt. Come on.
I was just super surprised that Snoop came forward and said this. It definitely blew my mind.
Good for him, though. Good for him.
I was just shocked. That was what it was. Good for him. Yeah, it's good.
Yep. Queen.
It was something fun to see, and I was like, hey, we gotta talk about this for a second.